chasing after the sun. We would be amazing together as one. Oh, there's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. I know what you're facing, I know what you fear. But soon you'll be ready, your mind will be clear. There's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. The love in our hearts is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation, and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You know that I sunshine. I've got you now. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. I know love now. And you're stuck in my mind. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. My friends don't like that I'm somebody, that I'm somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh. I've got sunshine, I've got you now. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. My friends don't like that I'm somebody, that I'm somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you're having a good night. The chat is on the screen. All right, I'm going to turn that off. I like it, but that was something I was playing around with to see what would happen, and I didn't turn it off. So tonight we're out on the patio. Gusts of wind are happening every once in a while. So I don't know if it's going to be too windy to be out here. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me, and let me know if it gets a little crazy and I might find a place in the house to finish the chat, or we might just end early. I don't know. But a lot of things going on. I had to put a hat on because my hair just went straight up. Oh, and there's a bug. Actually, that might be bird poop. So, yeah, a lot of things going on. I don't know if I told the live, but my son wrecked his car. And this week we found out it was a total loss. So I've spent several hours dealing with insurance companies and getting the title, and then finding a notary that will let him sign a document because he's underage, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. But um, I think we're almost there to get a check and then go shopping for him a new car. Well, a used car, but new to him. So sad that it was his birthday present, and then he got in a wreck a couple days later, and man, it's like that kid that like ran out of Circuit City with the PlayStation 5 and it fell out of the box, and then a truck like ran over it. And so anyway, so that's going on. I haven't been able to fly because it's been super windy or it's been rainy here in Nashville. So I am catching up on a lot of old videos that I recorded but never edited or never uploaded. So I have probably 6 videos from the South Florida drone meetup that I have not posted. So or I haven't made. There's one that I'm super excited about. When I was on the way, I decided that every day of my trip, I was going to fly my drone, going down to the South Florida drone meetup and then coming back. And so on the way down, I flew the Buc-ee's in Athens, Georgia. So that's kind of a quick little video. And then I also did a video. I did a sunrise video from the campground that I stayed at. I don't know that I've uploaded that or not. I know I did upload the Thomasville, Georgia flight. That was a good flight. I feel like my hat's crooked. Need to shape it. And then I have a 360 video from the SMO 360 on top of the Avata. It was super windy it wasn't as windy as it was last year or the year before, but it was kind of windy at the South Florida drone meetup. I feel like that location is just always going to be windy because it's on the water, and there's literally hundreds of sailboats out there. So like that kind of tells you it's going to be windy when there's a bunch of sailboats there, So, but that's why I did the cinematic view from the Avata that I uploaded, and we'll watch that tonight. And I tried to edit out all of the little wobbles because there were times when the wind hit the drone, and I wanted to do a one shot, but there are times when the drone kind of corrected itself, and you could see like a wobble in the footage, and so I tried to edit some of those out, but like I didn't really have much to fly at. I didn't want to go out to the sailboats because TJ was shooting potatoes out there. And if you look closely, I know TJ was in here before. I don't know if he's still in here, but we're gonna look at TJ tonight in that video, and you see him shoot a potato in that video if you know where to look. And I happen to be sitting right next to, in the gazebo, right next to him while he was shooting that insanely loud potato gun. And I told the story last week that I was hitting a gap right before that happened. And it scared me, and I saw in my footage one of those wobbles. So I cut that out. But yeah, so let's hit the chat and see who all is here already. So we're going to do a little roll call. So JC Flying was first. What's up, John? Hope you're having a good night. John said, my slow motion video was just great. Good editing. The DJI Mavic 3 Pro has a slow motion setting that you record in slow motion. I've used it a couple times. A lot of people don't like my slow motion FPV. Like, I feel like if you shoot with a camera drone, that it's like cinematic footage is acceptable, but if you fly at 60 frames per second and then slow it down, and make it cinematic, there's like, this is boring. So I really liked, I thought that location was beautiful. Even though like the parking lot's kind of meh, but the bridge is beautiful, the water's beautiful, the sailboats are beautiful, even that little bird that I flew by was beautiful, and that that crane that's kind of on a barge, I thought was just beautiful. So I didn't want to like fly by it really fast and be like look how awesome I am, I can fly through metal. I wanted it to be, I just kind of wanted to remember that spot. I might not make it back to that spot. And so that spot has got some great memories for a couple of years for me. And I just wanted to capture, I wanted to be able to look back and just remember that day. And there's some of Joe's videos that I think would be awesome in slow motion, like when he's flying over the water and through the creek and stuff like that. Like, I think if you slowed that footage down and just like take it in, I think it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, thank you. I'm burping. It's not a very good host. And John mentioned that he bought the Avata 2 via the link that was on my website or on here. So I really, really appreciate that. And just so you know, I believe I got $49 for that. So, so that's a great way to help out the channel without me begging for money. So I got $49, and then I'll have to pay taxes on that. So maybe I got like $30, but that's $30 that you didn't have to send me or donate. Like, you bought yourself a toy, and I got a, what do you call it when you're a salesman and you, I got a commission. That's what I got. I got you a finder's fee, even though you'd have found the Avata 2 on your own. TJ Giggles is in the house. So hopefully we're going to find TJ in the video tonight. I wanted to bring that to your attention. And then, John, I also wanted to address your comment on my video of the 360, when I flew the 360 camera around with the Mavic 3. When I was talking about the lens guards, I was talking about the 360 camera, not the drone. I think having ND filters on your drone camera for professional work is awesome. It really helps out the footage. But the lens protectors on a 360 camera, they create these weird little lens flares on the lens. So the lens on the drone is kind of has a hood over it, so the sun doesn't shine on the lens. But on a 360 camera, the entire lens is, the sun is going to be pointing straight at part of a lens or both lenses. So that's why the lens protectors don't make the best professional video. Although in that video, I didn't notice them that much, but half of that video is fake anyway. Like, the sky is just a gradient that I put together in Final Cut Pro because I wanted to mask out the drone. Also, just to let you guys know, it's cicada season. The cicadas they came out probably last weekend. Like, I heard them today. I heard one in my tree in the front yard, and then when I was driving down the road, there was just this kind of like high-pitched hum, and I know, luckily my neighborhood probably doesn't have that many, because my section is kind of new, and since the 13 years ago, that was all woods behind me, but they destroyed the woods and probably killed all the eggs and stuff that was in the ground when they excavated I don't know if that's the right way to say that. Excavated, maybe that's right. So anyway, so you might hear some cicadas. How awesome would it be if a cicada came and landed on my nose in the middle of my live stream? That'd be pretty cool. I also put a link pinned in the chat if anybody wants to join me tonight and hang out. So Joe's in the house. What's up, Joe? Hope you're having a good night. East Coast. What's up, Dusty? Hope you're having a good night. John's a thumber with camera drones and he pinches for FPVs. So if you're FPV flyer, don't stand next to John because he pinches. Oh, a little mockingbird. All right. Dusty pinches himself because he's that damn good. Nice. Chuck's in the house. What's up, Chuck? Hope you're having a good night. I like Dusty's getting people to hit the like button. I appreciate it. I should just sit back and let y'all run my show. How about that? That'd be awesome. Dusty says my hat selection and taste are number one. Yeah, I saw this hat. It had Tennessee on it, and Magellan's like Academy Sports generic brand or whatever. But I really like whoever designs for Magellan, like their private label, and the back's got this like Tennessee color. Man, I can't. So when you're looking at yourself on a live stream, you're backwards. So it's not like looking in a mirror. But the back has got like this kind of a red, white, gray, and blue. They're all kind of like Tennessee colors, camo. And so I really just kind of like it. My wife said it looks like a kid's shirt, like a something you'd buy your kid, your toddler at Target or something. But Magellan's got some hoodies and stuff like that that are not these colors, but they have like this kind of camo. So I kind of like it. So I appreciate that, Dusty. Dusty said the audio is good. That's good. All right. Is there anybody that I missed? Oh, 8 more possums in the house. What's up, Brent? Hope you're having a good night. So Chuck said he flew the Mavic 3 over Lake Michigan for epic views of Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 3 months when I was a missionary with Youth with a Mission. And we lived maybe 2 to 3 blocks away from Lake Michigan in Rogers Park is where I stayed. Rogers Park isn't the best neighborhood. That's kind of why I was a missionary there. But I lived a block down from a bar that was in a Harrison Ford movie. I want to say it's The Firm, but I don't know if that's a Tom Cruise movie. Or maybe it was The Fugitive. I can't remember. It was a Harrison Ford movie. And like after I stayed in Chicago, I went back and watched that movie and I saw the bar that was like a block down. So, and then a couple blocks down, I was a couple blocks down from the L station, and under the L station was this, I don't know what kind of place you call it. It's kind of like a snack bar, but it's like, they had heroes, but they also made like burgers and fries and stuff like that. This Indian guy, and it had like this like, I don't know what it's called, like a metal fryer. And he used to like, he'd put like a frozen patty on the steel, it's probably steel maybe, on the fryer. And then he would put salt, pepper, and garlic powder all over the burger. And then it wasn't a smash burger, but it was like burnt. like all the edges were burnt, so it was kind of like a crispy burger. Man, I used to get those all the time. And like he'd cook the fries on the fryer with like the burger grease, and so the fries just tasted like the burger and the garlic and the anyway. I miss that. So Chuck said it was right before the storm, so the sky looked angry. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Um, yeah, I saw your comment and I was like, because I remember making, there was a couple times when a bug went down my shirt and I left one of them in the video, but I cut a couple of them out. And so sometimes when I switch to like B-roll or like, I think right there I was showing the footage of the drone holding the camera up in the air. And whenever I switch to that, that's a great opportunity for me to cut out some of the mistakes that I make when I'm talking. And I went back and watched the video after your comment, and I was like, okay, I wasn't even showing you what I was talking about when I said that. And so even though I had, like, I went to the clip of me holding the Insta360, I should have been more clear saying like the Insta360 lens guards. So, but I saw that comment and I was going to comment back or reply, but I didn't know how to explain that in, a short sentence. So I was like, I'll just save it for the live stream. Next time I see John on the live stream, I'll just clear it up there. So I do read your comments, and I'm very thankful for you guys responding to things that I do. So Dusty said Theo Vaughn was talking about how you're about to have two different cicadas at the same time. It hasn't happened since 1800. So we have, let's see if I can get this right. So it's kind of a weird math equation. I feel like some of them hibernate for 7 years, and another group of them hibernate for 13 years. And this year they just happened to land at the same time because their life cycle doesn't change. It's not like there's some kind of weird like moon phases or anything like that that's causing them to come out. And I actually think it's a horrible life for a cicada. Like the life of a cicada, they hatch. Or wait. So babies are laid in the ground. And then for 13 years, it takes 13 years for those babies to turn into, either it takes 13 years or they're just dormant for 13 years. And then they turn into like these little bugs that crawl up out of the trees. And then, and they don't have wings yet. And then their shell cracks open and they come out with wings, and I think they live for like a day or two, make love, do the dirty, and then lay their eggs and die. That's sad. Can you imagine like sleeping for 13 years, waking up to have a good party down, and then just die? And then not ever meet your kids, and your kids, it's going to take them 13 years to show up. That's crazy. Since I've been in Nashville, the first time that I ever was around cicadas, it was really, really bad I was in elementary school, so it was probably like 85 or 6 or something like that. And like there were clouds of them. And I remember walking to the bus stop with just bugs everywhere. And we'd go out on the playground in elementary school, and we'd take them and we'd like get a whole, like we'd catch as many as we could, and then we'd put them in like a big wad, and they have like cricket legs that like kind of grab onto tree branches and stuff. And when you put them all together, they just kind of grab onto each other, and you can throw them up in the air and they'll just stay all clumped together. We'd like hit them with baseball bats and all kinds of stuff. And then we'd also like tie a string to them, kind of like a June bug, and they'd fly around. And then this is kind of gross, but if you rip their heads off, their voice box, you can blow through it and make the sound that they make. So we'd rip the heads off of them and we'd blow through them. So those are all the things that I did when I was a kid. And then the second time they came in during my life was when I was in college. And it was the summer because I remember I had 2 geckos in my dorm room in college. And I came back and lived at home. And I used to feed my geckos crickets that I'd get at like the bait store, the bait shop or whatever. And, I look outside and there's cicadas everywhere and they're super easy to catch. So I was like, I'm just going to catch some cicadas and see if my geckos will eat those. Well, both of my geckos ate cicadas and died. So that's when the second batch of cicadas came out. But in my adult life, like my son hasn't really seen cicadas in the way that I saw cicadas when I was a kid. So I don't know if when I grew up, I was just in an area that was just saturated with them. Because what they do is they feed on trees, and then they lay their eggs in the roots of the trees, and then that's a great food source for when their babies hatch. Then they come up and they eat the tree, right? But the apartments that my son grew up in a little bit, the condos that he grew up in, like all of those are kind of new construction that maybe all the babies were just killed from, terraforming the land to build on or something like that. So anyway, so there's that. Let's see who else we got. Steven Drones is in the house. I'm behind y'all. Welcome, Steve. Hope you're having a good night. Who else we got? Charles Galuski. Hello. What's up, Charles? Hope you're having a good night. I am having a good time. Connecticut Pirates in the house. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. Driving, so I can't tag. Hope y'all are doing great. So are you driving and watching me or just listening? Because I hope you're not watching me, because there's really not much to look at and it's not worth dying for. But hope you're having a good night, man. 8 more. Possum said he's ain't no pincher. Speaking of 8 more possum, Brent put a video up on Club Foxhorn where he flew his drone into. Is that an oil pump? Are you pumping oil out of the ground? Is that what that thing is? Yeah, his drone was like, and I know it was the he was using the motors to make sounds so that he could find his drone, but his drone just kind of looked like it was twitching like a dead bug. I don't know what that laugh was that just happened, but I liked it. Who else we got here? Have I said hi to everybody? Okay, so The Fugitive was filmed at the Palmer House. So I bet it was the Fugitive that was at the bar in Chicago. Jim's Droning's in the house. What's up, Jim? Hope you're having a good night. There used to be, I almost said, hope you're having a Jim Dandy night. There used to be these gas stations all around Nashville called Jim Dandy. And that's what they would say whenever you purchase something. I hope you have a Jim Dandy day. So, yeah, Chuck said that Chicago is full of cool history. So the history that I think is very fascinating about Chicago is that Hollywood. So we did a lot of homeless ministry when we were out there. So we fed the homeless and provided them with blankets and stuff like that because we did it in January and February and March, I believe. And so Chicago is insanely cold, and it's the windy city. Um, so there's like this breeze that comes off of Lake Michigan, and then as soon as it hits the buildings, like it concentrates, and so there's like this super wind, super frigid wind during the winter, and Lake Michigan I believe it's a freshwater lake, but and there's always waves, it's always moving, but there's some crazy like mist that bounces off of it and it freezes and anyway um but so Chicago, um we did a lot of homeless ministry in Midtown. I believe it's Midtown, and it's a long time. I was 19, so that was 30 years ago. um but uh but we so Midtown used to be Hollywood. um and that was like Al Capone and like all of the rich gangster like stuff used to happen in Midtown. So um so they're like we're sitting there, and it's a dump now, or at least it was in the 90s. And but there would be these insanely beautiful architectural buildings that are just vacant, and you know they're like hotels for homeless people and stuff like that. But um but during like the Charlie Chaplin days, that was when Hollywood moved out to California and just basically took all of its money with it. And so Midtown um, couldn't afford a lot of that stuff, so it just turned into this crazy dump. And so there's um, very beautiful part of town that is, you know, it's kind of like Gotham City. Like it's just full of crime and full of, um, just a lot of poverty. And so, um, but I thought that was kind of fascinating um, to hear all that stuff. Who else we got? So TJ was in here, but he might not be in here still. So Brent says all of his drones have nervous twitches because of the way you fly. Nice. Yeah, I've seen the video of you flying under a cow. I'd twitch too if you put me under a cow. Oh yeah, Capone. Yep. Am I catching up? Because I just said that. Okay. Here we go. So Jim said it's not a great time. Wife almost died last week. Brought her home Sunday, taking care of her. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm really sorry. I'll be praying for her. So Dusty said, aren't those extinct now? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the lightning bugs? I hope lightning bugs aren't extinct. I don't think they're extinct. I don't know what's talking. I don't know what's happening. Dusty just sent me for a squirrel, and I don't know what's happening. That was in the 50s. So who's talking about JC? All right. Maybe we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm going to move on. So maybe you are talking about lightning bugs. We still have them here in Tennessee. So I don't think they're extinct. They may have migrated. I remember in college, my friend had a farm, and his front porch was kind of on the street, but across the street was this just huge farmland acreage, and it was on top of a hill and go down in this valley, and we would just sit on the front porch at night and just watch the fireflies. Like, it was just a light show. And I've definitely caught lightning bugs with my kids, so they're at least in the last 10 years. Okay, so you were talking about lightning bugs, so I was on topic. Okay, sweet. Y'all threw me for a second. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Who's extinct? Capone? He's dead. Okay. Now that I'm on top of things. So, all right. So it's only 7:10. Gosh, I feel like I've been talking a long time already. So my birthday's coming up. My birthday is Thursday, May 9th. So May 9th will be May the Sean be with you. I'm just kidding. That's stupid. So for my birthday, I've been looking for a 3D printer that can print TPU. And so in the event that I found a printer that will print TPU for a pretty reasonable price, I found the A1 Mini from Bamboo Labs. And then after watching several videos, I'm going to pull it up. I just want to show you guys. You don't buy me flowers anymore. All right. So all right, we're gonna go down here. All right, so the printer that I was looking at was the A1 Mini, and it was on sale, and I was like, man, that's cool. There's two different versions. One, the Mini by itself is only $250. Like, that's pretty amazing. I'm trying to think how big the bed is, but the bed is nearly the size of my bed, the bed on the printer that I'm used to printing on. But I want to show you guys here. Let's just get it all big, fancy like. It's a bed slinger. So what that means is this arm goes back and forth and up and down, and then this bed goes this way. So my 3D printer has the bed goes up and down, and then the other axes are done by the arms. But I want to show you guys this. That's too big. This is the AMS Lite, so it can be bundled with it in this version, and that's only $400. And you can print with 4 different materials. Now you can't print you can't print 4 different versions of TPU because the AMS Lite does not support TPU. But this printer also comes with a like a single spool. So I could actually print like some Avata bumpers, or I really just wanted to print some drone stuff out of TPU. But when I saw this AMS Lite, I was like, man, that's cool. I've always wanted to be able to print four colors in the same print, not have to print them separately and then snap them together and figure out how to, put things together or whatever. So anyway, so this is the A1 Mini. And then I saw a video where a guy was like comparing the A1 Mini and the A1. And he was like, the A1 Mini is an amazing price. If you're like just want to get a small printer to figure things out, A1 Mini is it's literally the best bang for the buck. I mean, when it came out, like it was $459 for this package, and it's already $150 off. And I think this is like a Mother's Day sale. I think that's what this is. But anyway, and it also supports PayPal Pay in 4. So look at that, $99. So every 2 weeks for $99, you can have a 3D printer, right? But then I was like, the limitations that I've had in the past with 3D printing is my Flash Forge only prints 6 by 6 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches, which I've been able to do a lot of things with that. Don't get me wrong, but there's been a few items that hasn't been big enough for. So I noticed that the AMS Lite is also comes with the A1. So this is the printer that I will be getting. It should get here on the 10th, which is 3 days from now. So next week I'll probably be talking about 3D printing. But this is the A1, and it has 256 millimeters, which is oh gosh, that's meters. I don't know why it doesn't know that mm is millimeters. So that is 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. So almost double the size of what I'm used to being able to print. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is what I bought. I also bought so in the filament section, there is this, I bought PLA, and they were selling like a get started kit or something like that. So anyway, I got orange. I got foxhorn colors. So I'm gonna make some little wings, and I'm gonna sell them on Etsy. So if you guys want like a club foxhorn wing, I'm really hoping they work out. So anyway, I want to play around with the foxhorn logo. And I also thought about doing, if you guys look up in the corner up there, the foxhorn letters, the word mark. I'm going to do, I don't know how much this is going to cost, so I might not do it full scale, but I think the F or the N are the biggest numbers or the biggest letters that I have in the logo. So if I do each letter, in the like 10 inches of each letter, then I'll be able to make like a big sign of Foxhorn 3D printed. And I'll be pretty, I think that's going to be pretty awesome, actually. So, so anyway, I got 4 colors. So I got there's a dark blue. I'm going to go to filaments. Can I just go here? Yeah. And we're going to do just PLA. So I got this, no, PLA matte. Where's the PLA matte? So in the PLA matte, I got this dark blue. I got this orange. And I got white. And so I want to make little foxhorn things out of that. And then I also got PLA black, like the matte charcoal. And I'm going to make a lot of my mounts out of that, like camera mounts or whatever. And then in the color bundle that I got, I basically got another color free. And so I believe I got PLA basic black, and I got it in orange. So I'm going to have like a kind of a brighter orange. So I might do some accessories like the front bumper on the Avata, or like some feet, or I might go crazy and put like a shark fin or something like that on the back of my Avata. I like the little orange rubber things on the front of the Avata. So anyway, and then I want to show you the other thing that I bought. I know everybody pushes donos. Stuff, but I want to show you the ones that I got. And they're wonderful. I got them in the mail. These I got them from Aerial Pixels, and I got the green ones. So, or maybe they were yellow. These are the ones I got. So I got some green bumpers, and they fit amazing. I haven't really flown with them yet, but anyway, I bought them there in Ohio, and they got here in like 2 days. So super excited about that. I don't think I will be putting a camera on my Avata too. But anyway, I'm planning on making some mounts, and the video that I showed you guys with the Insta360 X4 hanging. Dusty said, so altogether $1,000. No, altogether it was like, I think I spent maybe $80 on filament. So altogether it was like maybe $650. But I also did it in pay in 4. So my pay in 4 payment is like $160. So it'll take me I'll pay it off in 2 months. So anyway, so yeah, so those are the things that I purchased. And so now I want to show you guys the video of the video that I shot of. Let me change this real quick. Now I'm outside, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work. I'm going to share the audio. Last 2 weeks, I've been sharing audio from other people's videos, and it's been taking me like a couple days to fix the copyright. So I don't know how much I will be doing that. But I know my video is good, and I know a couple of you guys, their videos are good too. This might not work, y'all. Why isn't that working? I feel like I've done this before here. There we go. All right, y'all. So that was the video of South Florida drone meetup. I had a couple questions on that video. So Lance, I just saw that you just showed up. So I filmed that on the Avata, the modded Avata, so the 3.5-inch Axis Flying Avata that I have. But the camera is the original Avata camera. I flew it at 60 frames per second, like the 59.95 frames per second, and then I slowed it down in half at 30 frames per second. I was saying at the beginning of the chat that it was windy, so the Avata is floaty anyway. Even the Axis Flying is floaty. It's just more powerful and can handle the wind a little bit better. But sorry, my neighbors just showed up. But it's I'm so distracted now. I don't know what to say. I'm freaking out. So even though it was floaty, even though the motors are more powerful, floaty, but it's not as swayed by the wind as the original Avata is. So I was able to get some smooth flights, but I still left a couple wobbles in there just because either the crane looked really good in the shot or stuff like that. So, but the area that I had to fly was just this tiny little strip, and I kept flying back and forth, back and forth. I tried to fly through it differently. Like one time I kind of flew through the palm trees, and then another time I was trying not to fly over cars. I was trying not to fly over people. And I was really different experience for me. You know, I'm used to finding, an abandoned school on Sunday. And so like, I don't have to worry about, like, birds is probably the biggest things that I need to worry about. But, I told myself that when I went to the drone meetup this year, I was going to fly a drone. I was going to, grow a pair and fly. And so I did. And so when I was done with this year's South Florida drone meetup, I hardly got any video footage of people. The first year I didn't fly my drone at all. So I had all this footage of the people that were there. And then this year I spent most of my time talking to people and then flying my drone every once in a while. So, when I went to put together South Florida drone meetup video, I really don't have much footage of anybody talking or hanging out or something, anything like that. So I'm looking forward to viewing my 360 footage of me flying through. That way I can at least point out people that were there, maybe. I don't know if Stevie showed up tonight, but I do have footage of Stevie Bronx in his vehicle behind me from my Insta360 camera that's on the roof on the way to the meetup. So I've got some cool shots, and so I might just kind of commentate over it. But anyway, I'm trying to get all of my South Florida drone meetup videos kind of out of the way. And I want to, put those on the Facebook channel and get more people that were at that meet to associate me with Foxhorn and with Sean Hyde Studios. And so that, like, they can follow me and I can follow them. And, because it's such a blur. That day it seems like a long day, but it's really, really short. But I got to hang out with John. I got to hang out with Dusty. Got to hang out with Barkley, and trying to think who else I was with. But so Steve Do you think I'm lagging? It's not good. Let me turn all of this off. Maybe showing videos from my back porch isn't the best idea. So it says I've got one bar. So we might have to cut the live stream off there if I'm lagging y'all. But I think overall it's a good live stream up to this point. Sun's about to go down. So, yeah. But my neighbors went back inside, so I'm not distracted. What's funny is like so there's a little 4-year-old girl that lives next door, and she's very loud, very dramatic, very, a lot of all the things. But the boy, and I saw her come out of the back door while my video was playing, and I looked at her and I did this, and she was like, "Okay, like I'll be quiet." And then like the next minute, she steps on something and starts crying. So, and then I mean the parents don't know anything about boundaries, so they just started talking as they're Arabic, so they talk really, really loud, and they have in their language there's a lot of like consonant sounds, so their normal speak is maybe like a level 8, and then whenever they're excited about something or dramatic, like she just stepped on something, they almost yell. If you compared it to like American English. So I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but you never know. And they're about to, oh no, they're out there. I didn't realize they were still out there. So, all right. So Jim said, have I ever 3D printed before? So I've 3D printed for about 8 years, I think. So first thing I did on this channel was I bought a drone, and then so maybe 7 years. I think about a year later, I wanted to design my own mounts for doing some of the stupid things that I would do. So the video that I showed you guys this week of me putting the mount on the original DJI Mavic, that was a mount that I bought from, I believe, Jean Marie Canny, which is DJImounts.com, I believe. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but for a long time, we kind of had a partnership where I would buy, I would buy his mounts and do kind of reviews on his mounts or whatever. And we would just, I got him to change colors on his mounts and stuff so that they matched the drones a little bit better. And I even bought one for the DJI Spark, and he only had black and white, and I wanted a red one to match my drone. And so anyway, he used to use Shapeways. So he basically just designed the STL, and then he uploaded to Shapeways, and then Shapeways would do the same thing that like Printful does for me. Like I'd upload a logo, and then Printful will make a hat for me. So I don't have to make the hat. So that's how that all would work. But, and he's got a brilliant Insta360, a brilliant DJI Inspire, the original Inspire. He's got an arm that attaches to the landing gear. So let's say, I don't know how to describe it. So let's say this is the drone. The camera like sits like this until you lift it up in the air, and then when you open the landing gear, the camera like sticks down. Just a brilliant thing. He's got all the like a rotary gear, kind of like things you'd have back on like a Lego gear or whatever. But anyway, so I used to buy stuff from him, and then I got to the point where I started designing my own. Um, Part of my background is I was an industrial arts major in college, and because I was a music major for a couple of years, but I couldn't learn how to read music because I'm dyslexic. And then so I became a industrial arts major so I could graduate college. And industrial arts, you learn how to um, design things in AutoCAD. You learn how to uh, make things on CNC machines. Um, CNC. I had designed things for a CNC router, um, and then I learned Photoshop there and stuff like that. Um, but with that experience in CAD, 3D printing came pretty natural to me. Understanding like dimensions, axes, um, understanding tolerances and stuff like that. Um, so anyway, so I'm anxious to get back into that. I used something. I've got to find the application, but sorry, she's over there. She's a cute little girl, and she adores me, and I adore her. Like when she walks out, she's like Sean. I'm like Maria. But the what was I saying? I think Fusion 360, I think, is the application that I got a couple years ago. I got it free with my wife's education. Like she's a teacher, so I signed up through her education email, um, and I made a couple maker coins, but which I have a great idea for a maker coin. I want to do like a round coin, and then with foxhorn in the middle of it, with like the horn wings like kind of sticking out a little bit from the coin. Either that or make a coin that has like an outer ring, and then have the wings kind of overlap the outer ring, kind of come out a little bit. So thinking about playing around with that. But yeah, Brad at South Florida Drone Meetup, he made some uh, I think he called them maker coins, that were like 3D fidget spinners. So might play around with that. I'm more interested in making like damper mounts for cameras. I really want to make like a handlebar mount that has rubber dampers in it that I can put on my scooter, and so I can make some videos with that. And I really want to integrate the Insta360 quick release system. So I want to make a mounting system. I want to take the Insta360 quick release system and make a damper mount for it. That just kind of like, I just want to make a quick release damper system is what I really want to do. And that video of me at the ballpark is kind of the first step in that. I really like the mount that I bought. And I'm going to use a lot of his ideas to kind of build my own mounts. I've had some random comments on a video that I did years ago with the Z-axis. There's like it's kind of a stupid video. I did it because they sent it to me for free. But it's a Z-axis for the Osmo Pocket, and I'm like, I don't know what's happened, but that has like resurfaced, and people are commenting on that video again. One guy was like, "This video is great," and I'm like, "It was a stupid video." And it's kind of a laughable video. Like the Osmo Pocket's like, I don't know, like this tall, right? And this like this skinny, and then I put this big Axis arm on it, so it doesn't make it pocketable at all. But anyway, I want to do um, something along that lines, but not as insane as a huge spring or whatever. But we're getting close to 8 o'clock, and a couple people were saying that um, I'm lagging. So Jim said that he ordered the same printer without the 4 colors. So the AMS Lite, I think you can buy it by itself. I'm not sure, but um, I'm pretty excited about. Um, I'm excited about printing in 4 colors, but I'm also excited about. I've heard that there's like the dissolvable filament where you make all of your what are they called? All of your supports. You make them out of this dissolvable filament, and what the dissolvable filament does is you can like put it in acetone or something like that, and it will melt or dissolve away. And so instead of like ripping supports off and sanding supports and all that kind of stuff, you can just dissolve them. And the other thing that I think is really cool about this printer is there is a textured bed. So a lot of people are everything that I've 3D printed in the past, I've put the top of the item towards the top so that the bottom, like where the raft is, kind of prints badly. But a lot of people are printing upside down because the texture on the texture on the bed is so cool looking. Oh, so Jim's saying, oh my gosh. So Jim is saying this is his first 3D printer. That's cool. So I might use you, Jim, and send you some of my designs so that you can print them yourself. I downloaded some bumpers. I'm going to modify some bumpers. I designed some bumpers. This like kind of an octagon spike type in PLA. And so I needed a top and bottom that I could screw together, like clamp down on the drone. Super strong bumper, but anyway, I'm really excited to do things with TPU. Yeah, the other thing, Jim, I'm interested to see what the difference is in the slicer, because FlashForge, I have used FlashForge slicer, and I brought like multiple models in. So I'll find on Thingiverse, I'll find like a GoPro mount, right? And then I'll take that GoPro mount and then I'll add the Avata shell adapter to it, or I'll get like someone will have like a handlebar, and then I'll add the GoPro mount to the top of that, and then I've got like a little GoPro selfie stick or some little things like that. But in the slicer that I have, you can like basically take 2 models and squish them together, and then save them as a unique STL file, and then you can just print from there. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. The sun's going down, and I'm using the power that I would normally power these lights with to power my laptop. So, and the camera is starting to not work very well because it is overclocking the shutter. So, yeah. But looking forward to making pins. Um, whoa. Joe's sending me stuff. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And yeah, look forward to more videos from Foxhorn. I'm also putting together the shop. So I'm going to put the new Foxhorn logo on a hat. And some polo shirts and stuff like that. So Joe sent Joe's sending me Facebook messages during my live stream about what I'm talking about on my live stream. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Check out my Tennessee hat. So yeah. Oh my gosh, Joe. I got to turn notifications off of this computer. But I hope you guys have a great night. I'm probably not going to record any new videos for a week or two. I'm just going to kind of get all of the stuff from South Florida Drone Meetup. I'm going to make those videos, put them together, and throw them up. I've had a lot of views on my Avata 2 videos, so I want to put some more of those out. But I'm at the point where I just don't care about the numbers anymore. I just want to make cool videos for y'all. So I'm also going to set up membership on my channel. I don't know if anybody will be a member, but it keeps hassling me about that. So I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to start making shorts. So, the other cool thing about this printer is it has a webcam on it. So I can make a time lapse of my prints. So I'm kind of excited about that. I've heard it's not that good of a camera, but anyway, I think the purpose of the camera is not so that you can make time lapses out of it, but so like I can check on my printer from afar. But yeah, if I like this printer as much as I do, I might end up getting the mini as well, and then just have like a couple printers that I can make stuff with. I also thought about making TPU hat things, but we'll see. I made a 3D printed hat a long time ago, like a patch to go on a hat, complete with like holes for sewing and stuff like that. But then I decided that I don't like to sew, so I didn't. But yeah. So y'all have a wonderful night, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace out. Hey, Michael. What the hell?